Hey there, welcome back to another drive with me. So this morning, I couldn't resist. After that mid-spring snowstorm rolled through last night, I decided to take the Cybertruck for a spin through Garden of the Gods. And let me just tell you, it was stunning. Like, stop the car and stare. Kind of stunning. There's something magical about red rock formations dusted in white snow. It's the kind of contrast that doesn't look real. You know those AI-generated landscape photos where you're like, okay, no way, that's an actual place? Yeah, that's what this looked like, except it was real. Right here in Colorado, and I had it almost all to myself. And honestly, there was this one moment as I was turning down one of the winding park roads that I felt like I had just driven straight into Narnia. I'm serious. You remember the scene from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? When Lucy steps through the wardrobe into a snow-covered forest for the first time, and everything's just still. That's exactly what it felt like. The red rock towers were dusted with snow like giant frosted cakes. The trees were laced in white, their branches heavy and glistening in the early morning light. And the air was quiet, like hushed. No traffic, no people, just the sound of my tires crunching slowly over the light slush. It was that same kind of stillness that makes you whisper without even knowing why. Like, the landscape is sacred. It felt like something out of a fantasy movie, like the kind of place where a magical creature might peek out from behind a snow-covered boulder. I half expected Mr. Tumnus to stroll past with his umbrella. Moments like that, you can't plan for them. You just kind of stumble into them and hope you remember how they felt. Of course, this is Colorado. So this kind of snowy spring scene is actually kind of normal, I know. It still catches me off guard every year. You'd think after all these years I'd stop being surprised, but nope. One day I'm planting flowers and wearing a light hoodie, and the next I'm brushing snow off my windshield and wondering if it's too late to bring out the Christmas lights again. But I've learned to roll with it. Especially now that I've got this Cybertruck. This thing handles snow like it was born in it. I barely notice the slush. The traction's solid, the self-driving still kicks in, and the cabin is quiet and warm, like a mobile cocoon. Plus, the ground clearance makes it perfect for those weird, half-plowed back roads in the park. And the panoramic windshield is like driving inside a nature documentary. No joke. The views are unreal. Okay, now let's talk a little about Garden of the Gods, because this place has history. This land was considered sacred by the Ute people, who believed the towering red sandstone formations were the homes of spirits. The rock formations themselves were formed over 300 million years ago through geological upheaval. And you can see it, those massive vertical slabs rising out of the earth like they were carved by something way bigger than us. It feels ancient because it is. In the 1800s, two surveyors stumbled on the area, and one said it would be a great place for a beer garden. The other replied, "Beer garden? This is a fit place for the gods to assemble." And just like that, Garden of the Gods was named. Later, in 1909, a man named Charles Perkins, who had privately purchased a lot of the land, made sure it would stay free to the public forever. His family donated it to the city of Colorado Springs, with the condition that it always remain open and accessible to everyone. No admission fees, no gates, just raw, open beauty. And it's still that way today, whether you're hiking, biking, rock climbing, or like me, just slowly cruising through in your electric tank. You can feel the energy of the place. It's peaceful, epic, humbling. So, yeah, this was one of those drives I won't forget. Just me, the snow, the red rocks, and my Cybertruck humming along like it was built for this. Thanks for coming along for the ride today. If you want to see more of this drive or check out how the storm looked before it cleared, I've got those videos linked below. And if you're curious about how the Cybertruck handles real roads and real weather, not just city streets and showroom floors, I'll leave a link to that too. It's not just a conversation piece. It's actually a joy to drive, especially on a morning like this. Until next time, stay curious, take the scenic route, and if you ever feel like you've wandered into Narnia, just keep driving slow and enjoy the magic while it lasts. And honestly, even as I drove back through the park again for one last loop, I kept catching new angles of the snow and rock that made me want to stop and stare. It's like every few minutes, the light would shift, the shadows would stretch, and suddenly the landscape looked completely different. Colorado has a way of changing right in front of your eyes. I even cracked the window a bit, just to hear it all more clearly, the soft drip of melting snow, the occasional call of a raven flying overhead, and the crisp sound of tires moving through fresh slush. It's easy to forget you're right next to a city here. Feels like another world. Feels like time slows down in Garden of the Gods. One of my favorite things about this truck on long drives like today is the sense of calm it gives me. No engine rumble, just smooth, quiet power. And the tech setup inside, the touchscreen is huge. The controls are intuitive and the seats surprisingly comfortable for something that looks like it could survive an apocalypse. Also, the Cybertruck's battery range has been more than enough for these back and forth trips. I didn't even have to think about charging until I got home. And I love that peace of mind, especially when I'm more focused on the views than anything else. Driving through Garden of the Gods in the snow made me fall in love with this place all over again. It reminded me why I live in Colorado, why I put up with the unpredictable weather. Because even in the chaos, or maybe especially in the chaos, you get these once in a lifetime moments where nature just stuns you into silence. So if you've never seen this park in the snow, I hope this video gives you a little taste. And if you're planning your own trip soon, maybe cross your fingers for a late season snowstorm. You might just get lucky. Until next time, keep exploring, keep your coffee hot, and don't forget to enjoy the quiet.